I'm 48 years old, and not to say that age is a thing that dictates what you rap about, but in a way it does. And like things that happen in my life, like what do you talk, like I gotta go get a colonoscopy, like what do you rap about? You know what I mean? Like my eyesight is going bad, like.
Every artist have a story, whether you're the smallest artist or the biggest artist. What will define you is your preparation. The great Nipsey Hussle once said, luck is just being prepared at all times, so when the door opens, you're ready. This is my journey. You think I'm playing?
Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Dagger, aka Red Robe. Welcome back to the channel. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I mean, the new year didn't really start it off like a happy new year. There was a bunch of drama to kick the year off. We had Cat Williams spazzing out and just ousting every comedian in the game. Cat Williams the man though, man. And we still got a bunch of drama going on all around the world, people dying and stuff, but it's crazy. Like I always say, pray for the world. So today we're talking about rapping after 40, 45, hell, 50. What does that look like? You know what I mean? This question kind of came about after Andre 3000 had made this statement about him being 48 and not knowing what to rap about.
I gotta go get a colonoscopy.
And then causing Jadakiss to say,
we need even if I tell you about the colonoscopy, I'm still got some more ventilation. Some shit to get, I got some shit to get off anyway, whatever's going on in my life. Blood pressure too coming. I still,
And then Lil Wayne chimed in.
I read a depressing quote or two from someone that I respect a lot in music, in hip hop period, and music period, and they would ask, you know, like, why you ain't been doing, you know, music or whatever, and they was like, man, like what I'm gonna talk about. It was like, you know, like when I'm gonna talk about, I'm in my 40s. Like what am I gonna talk about? Like, you want to know about me? You want to know about what I'm doing, about the life I'm living at this age and the things I'm doing. Like, what am I supposed to talk about? I was like, wow, that was so depressing. Like, I have everything to talk about.
And then the media just started asking everybody who is over 40, 50 years old, like, what's it like rapping at that age and how they feel about him saying that.
I want to ask about this Andre 3000 quote that he recently said. I was just talking about this with Fonte too, where he said that at this age, he's not doing hip hop because what does he have to talk about? Like going to get a colonoscopy.
What rhymes with colonoscopy though?
I don't really get writer's block like that. I'm always able to come up with something.
I feel like it's just a personal opinion of his. That's how he feels, you know what I mean? But it's something to really wonder, you know what I mean? As for me, like, I'm, over 40. I'm actually 44 years old, and I still make music. But how I see it is like, you gotta be motivated by something. Like, you gotta be motivated by something to want to continue rapping after you get to 40, after you get to 45. Like, what is your motivation to still be rapping at that age? It's got to be something that makes you still want to write rhymes, still want to kick a verse, still want to make songs, still want to be in the studio. There's got to be a motivation to it. Like, if you look at people like Jay-Z, he only does it when it's necessary. Like, he made an album, 444, which was kind of like an apology to his wife or whatever they was going through at the time, and then he dropped some game for the young people, and you know what I'm saying, like he did it for a purpose. Like, if you look at Nas got together with Hit Boy, and he caught the music bug and was able to make 6 albums in less than 5 years. So there's people out there who are still motivated to rap after 40. For me personally, my motivation was I became a producer. Like, all my life, I used to always try to hunt down producers and get beats, and I simply got tired of it. I just got tired of it. And when the pandemic came along, the pandemic really caused me to, hey, you need to learn how to produce your own records. And I started doing that. And once I started producing my own records and listening to them, I was like, man, these beats sound kind of good. I might as well try to do something on them. I started rapping on them and stuff. It got me back into rapping. I felt like it was kind of cool. I did a bunch of songs, and I was like, man, I might as well not just keep this for myself. I might just share this with the world. I shared it with the world. I was like, here's a new dimension of my career that you might want to check out. And I shared it, and it was, it wasn't like a big reception, and I didn't sell millions of records or went viral or nothing like that. But that inspired me to keep going. It inspired me to write more rhymes. When I look at being an older rapper, I like to listen to people like MF Doom. I like the way MF Doom put it. Check out this clip right here as MF Doom talks about how to approach rapping in a different perspective.
The idea of having different characters really just to get the storyline across. Coming from one particular character all the time makes, to me, the story boring. I get that mainly from novels and that style of writing, you know what I mean, or movies, you know what I'm saying, where there's multiple characters to carry the storyline. It all might be written by one writer, you know what I mean, or directed by one director, but there's multiple characters in order to, you need it, you know what I'm saying? So the more the better with me. This way, I could come from one point of view, another point of view. They might even disagree on certain things. I think a lot of times in hip hop especially, artists get kind of pigeonholed into being like, if you're the guy, and that's, it's kind of limiting in a way. So I look at it like, I'm a writer. Like,
all right, so basically he's saying that one of the best approach is just be a writer. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get to a certain age, to always keep the rapping and all that stuff personal, there's only so much times you could tell the story of yourself or tell the story from a personal level. So one of the ways that he was able to continue rapping as he got older was he would write stories and write from different perspectives, write from different characters' perspectives, and was able to not write about himself at all. He's a writer now. He's not even like thinking like, I'm not rapping about myself here. I'm just rapping about a guy that I made up, like a comic book guy or something. Like he's like, oh, I'm writing a comic book, and there's different characters in this story, and this character is this way and this character is that way, and he's able to make it interesting and kind of cool. And this has nothing to do with getting older or nothing. He's a writer, so he's not looking at it from his personal way. And these characters could be any age. They could be older and they could be younger, because the story is not personal. Like, I like to look at it like there's this singer in the Caribbean, Beres Hammond. Like, Beres Hammond is an older guy. He's like the Marvin Gaye of the Caribbean, right? I like to look at him as a good person who's been able to stick around forever and get older and do music, right? He's always wrote his songs. A lot of his songs would be like these love stories of people breaking up, but they wouldn't be about him. It would just be about, like, Jack is a Mac that came around every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, the story is not about him. The story is about Jack, a Mac who comes around and tries to play women and stuff. So it's like there's so much ways that you could continue writing and continue making music as you get older. And I do think that there's like an avenue. There is a space for that older rapper. There is a space for the 40 and up rapper. You know what I mean? Like, Nas basically showed us that, and Nas said, hey,
I want them to join it. Releasing records.
Why aren't you guys putting out music? Maybe some people are not in that position to put any music out. Some people fell off. Some people got too old.
I gotta go get a colonoscopy.
Too busy, too much family, too much this, too much that.
My eyesight is going bad.
So they cannot get back into the music thing. But there is an avenue for the rapper over 40. I seen it out there. As a rapper over 40, I seen it out there. The reason being is because record labels don't care about rappers after 40. They just like write them off and stuff. They don't care about them. So at that point, the industry, which has a window, by the way, an age window, once that age window closes up, those rappers, people don't really listen to them like that anymore from an industry standpoint. But those rappers do have core fans that follow their life all the way to wherever they go. Those rappers do have core fans. But if they continually put out music and kept it in a business format and continually doing what they're doing, I'm sure they could still continue to have a career, but they just don't. You know what I mean? So that market is basically not even explored. The market of rappers over 40 and up, that market is not explored by no record label. Nobody cares about it. It's being slept on. So there is opportunity there for rappers over 40 to continue to do their thing. It might not be record labels and the pop culture, pop fans liking what these guys are doing, but if you're making money and you're feeding your family doing it, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? So it's not about that. There is an opportunity for those older rappers. I'm telling you, there is. You know what I mean? So I do feel like, you know, Andre making that statement really woke up a lot of rappers in that age group, making them realize that, hey, you know, there is other elements that you could actually do at that age. And him also showing that, hey, look, yeah, I'm a dope rapper. I know I can give you bars. I don't really have any right now, but I could give you some. But I would rather give you this different element of myself right now. I'm exploring a different element of myself, and here it is. You know, you could receive it how you want, or you could just whatever. But here's my contribution. You know what I mean? So yes, there is opportunities for rappers over 40. They just gotta explore them. You know what I mean? I've been exploring some, and I see some opportunities, and I intend to explore them more. But it's a work in progress. So don't stop making music after you get to 40, you get to 45, you get to 50. Just remain being a true artist forever until you die. That's it. You know what I mean? Just find some other ways to make income for your life, if that's your problem. But don't ever stop making music, man. All right, man, that's my video for today. It's Dagger, aka Red Road, tapping out one time. I'ma see y'all on the flip.